Hey everyone, how's it going? Hope all of you are having a good day out there. So in today's video, I am going to show you what's in my camera bag. So yeah, usually we all run into this problem as photographers or artists in general. If you're going on a long road trip or you're going somewhere, you're probably wondering what to take with you and what you want to shoot with. And it's different for all of us actually, because some people might bring this, some people might bring that. People are digital photographers, film photographers such as myself. So I'm just going to show you what I bring. This is the bag that I use for like traveling or something. It's actually from Bagsmart. I actually just ran into them during quarantine started back in March. I actually just found their website. I was looking through them and I thought it was pretty good. And I found a pretty good deal on this bag. It was 50% off and I got it for 50 bucks. And so this is it. So this is actually the camera bag that I use. This is what it looks like. It has two leather straps on the front to keep this closed, which is this little flapper here. And it also has some straps on the back if you were hiking or something and you wouldn't want to drop the bag. Yeah, then you could just wear that so it wouldn't drop. It's overall comfortable. I use it all the time. Well, it's only the decent camera bag that I have. And I've had it for a couple months actually, and so far it's holding up pretty good. It has a compartment right here, which also holds another small bag. And this is actually where sometimes I keep my film, or if I just if I have little small supplies that I have, then this would be a perfect place to put it. And it just goes in this little flap like that. If I can do it. There you go. And it fits in just like that. And all your camera supplies or little things that you bring along with you can go in the back right here. There's these two. It's just like honestly just one big zipper that goes all the way around. And then you put this open. And there's another mesh sort of like material over here that also has a zipper, and everything else can go in there here. Yeah, as you can see, that little compartment I was talking about is actually opened up here as well. And yeah, this is where everything else goes. And on the front it actually features another little pocket right here. Right here. And this has more additional storage for other things. I don't know what you want to put in here, but I'll show you what I put in there. It actually features another one on the actual flap itself, another zipper. And it's pretty good. It has all these pockets and also has pockets on the side. And a little pouch, and on the other side you could put a water bottle on this side. So yeah, I did get this camera at Bagsmart. Not sponsored, but you can check it out if you want to go there. I'll put the link down in the description. And yeah, they have an abundance of bags actually, and they all look pretty sick. So I hope you guys find a good camera bag for you, whatever. And yeah, let's get to what I put in the bag. So yeah, number one on the list would be cameras. I bring at least 2 or 3 cameras on a trip. If I'm either going back to school or if I'm out hiking or walking or doing something like that, I always pack my main shooting camera, which would be the Polaroid S670 Sonar One Step. I use this camera all the time, and it's held up pretty okay. So I would also bring this and also the regular S670, which would be right here. So yeah, I would bring the regular S670 as well. Both are actually in working condition and they all shoot pretty well, except for this one is still broken. I've mentioned it a couple times in my videos. And I would actually bring a 600 camera as well, which would be right here. So this is the Polaroid Impulse Autofocus. It opens up just like that. You guys saw me shoot with it in my last video. It's pretty nice, especially with the autofocus. And yeah, this is usually the 3 cameras that I bring when I go out shooting. Another camera that I would bring is my 35mm camera. I shoot with this one sometimes, not all the time as much as my Polaroid cameras, but this is just for my 35mm work. You guys seen it in the past. And yeah, it's pretty good. I actually have some film loaded in right here actually right now. I got this film like a couple days ago at a local camera store in Flagstaff, which is where I shot the past 2 videos. So yeah, I have this in there as well. And yeah, next up it would be film. I have film with me all the time because I'm always taking photos, and you never know when you're gonna run out of film. You know, if you want to do a quick photo shoot, you always have some film for backup. And yeah, you know, I always carry at least 2 different types of film. I don't have any SX70 film right now, but as of now, I just have 600 and I-type film. This does pretty well actually in both cameras, the Impulse and the SX70. And next up would actually be 35mm film. I usually have Portra 400 film in my camera bag that I use, but right now I'm actually using, I forget what it was called. It's the one I just picked up. It's something Pan 100 is actually what I'm shooting with, but I actually shot with the Fujifilm Superior Color film. I would also have Portra 400 film, which is usually what I shoot with 35mm. And I would actually bring these canisters as well. It holds your film. It holds it pretty nice and tight as well. And I recommend getting these or some film holders either online or somewhere. And yeah, it's just to keep your film safe, and so it, you know, hopefully it doesn't crush somewhere, or hopefully you don't lose them. But yeah, this is pretty good. Next up, I would bring my Mint flash and Mint lens from Mint. This is actually a flash for my SX70 and also for the SX70, which is this lens kit. You know, there's all sorts of lens in here, and the flash definitely helps in low light situations, you know, if you're shooting at night or if you're shooting indoors. And the lens can be pretty fun too. You got some close-up lens, which I find myself using the most, and also a cool lens, which actually helps your photos. If you're shooting in like the summer and your photos develop hot, you can actually put the lens on. It'll actually take some of that sort of like pinkish magenta color, or you know, overcast to your film. And I've seen it work actually a lot, and yeah, I definitely recommend getting both of these. Next up would be my laptop. So this is the 2020 MacBook Air actually that came out in January in 2020, I believe. Yeah, so this MacBook is actually pretty new. I got it back in March, and yeah, this is actually where, you know, if I'm want to work on assignments, you know, because I'm still in school actually, I would bring this along with me, and this is actually where I would do editing my videos such as this one, and also editing photos, digital photos. I usually don't edit Polaroid photos just because I like the way it comes out, you know, the realistic look to it. But as for digital photos and video editing, I would definitely bring my MacBook, and also the charger as well. So next up would be earphones. You know, if you're going on a long trip, you're going to want to listen to some music. Yeah, definitely always bring earphones with you. And actually the next one up would be these. These are actually rubber bands. I have braces, as you didn't know already. So I always gotta keep my teeth straight and not shift them, and hopefully I get them off. This is just, you know, personal. So next up it would be my Microns and also my sketchbook. I sketch all the time, and I don't just use this book just for sketching. I actually write down notes on film, you know, what time of day I'm shooting or what my ISO would be, and also, you know, just the settings that I have for cameras that I might want to use for later. So I definitely write all of that down in this. It has some stickers on there that I got from friends. And yeah, I bring it with me always just to make some notes or draw or something. And I actually use Microns right here. It's just a standard 135. That's pretty much it. And following on from that would be this. This is a little, what do you call it, drawing material holder. It's sort of like a roll, as you can see. I put my drawing supplies in there. It actually holds a lot of stuff, you know, paintbrushes, markers, pens, pencils, all that. It fits in here, and it's pretty good actually. I'm glad that I bought this, because before I would kind of just dump all my pens or something that I would use in like just the bag itself, which probably wasn't good. So I'm so glad that I got this, and it actually holds up pretty well. Next up would be empty film cartridges. So these are empty film cartridges from old packs that I've used. I always make sure to bring the ones that have extra batteries in it. Just because, you know, if I'm traveling and, you know, I stop at a thrift store somewhere and someone has a camera that I use, or that I would want to use, then I would make sure to test the camera with this. Mostly 600 box cameras are the ones I usually find at thrift stores. So this, I usually bring just the typical 600 pack film with the battery in it just to test the picture or the camera itself and make sure it's working. So yeah, I recommend getting, I usually carry at least two or three of these with me. And I recommend, you know, you always keep these just in case you might use it later on to test cameras or something like that. Next up is my camera accessories. This is actually my digital camera, the one that I'm shooting with right now. Oh, also I'd bring my digital camera just because if I want to, you know, if I'm vlogging a video, and I would always have my mic, tripod, and also the digital camera. And I would also have this. This is just like a little, sort of like a little, what do you call it? It's just like a little handle you would put your camera on if you're vlogging. I tend to use this all the time. And I would also bring my battery charger. You know, if I'm on the road and we stop at, you know, maybe a diner or somewhere to eat, then I could, you know, charge my camera battery and make sure that it's fully charged for the next time that I use it. A tripod is also really good. I always bring this one with me. I just got it at the store for like $5 and it holds up pretty well. I've used this on many occasions, especially at night if I'm doing some night photography. You know, camera shake is a thing and I don't want that in my photos, so I would use a tripod to keep the camera steady. Along with the tripod, actually, I would use this if I'm shooting with my SX70. This is a shutter release cable that I made from scratch. It's just copper wire, a button that I got at True Value, and yeah, you just have to solder everything in and you should be good to go. You can make this as long as you want. I actually have some extra copper wire in there that I could just detach from here. I could just put in that longer one and I can make it really long. Maybe, I think the longest I made was like 10 feet. I was trying to do some bird photography, you know, put some bird food on like a piece of wood, and then I would have my camera set up right there and I'd shoot this from my window. So it's pretty good, pretty handy actually, and I like it. If you're wondering where I made this or how I made this, go check out Marco from Analog Things over on YouTube. He actually made a shutter release cable and I followed that video, but I just made like a different end to just an actual button. So hey, definitely go check him out. He shoots film photography over there, and he's also a really good guy. So go check him out, and I'll also link to that video where I made the shutter release cable in the description so you guys can check it out. So yeah. So another thing I would bring is actually my pocket knife. I actually don't know what you would use this for on the road. Pretty sure there is some things, you know, but I tend to always have it in my bag, you know, just in case, because you never know what will happen on the road. So, you know, be safe out there. So that's pretty much everything that I bring in my camera bag that I use, from everything from my cameras to my film to tripods and all that. And it's really, you know, it's really up to you what you want to bring in if you're on the road. Like I said, it's different for everyone. Some people have different hobbies, but overall, you know, always make sure that what you bring is going to be useful in the end, you know, and, you know, just make sure everything is good to go and you're ready for your next adventure. So that's pretty much it. So yeah, little update time. Like I said, I am going back to school in a couple days and I'm really excited for that actually. More work opportunities as well and more content for you guys. So I'm looking forward to all that, and my next video will most likely be when I'm back in Santa Fe. So I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. You know, be safe out there, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. So see you later. Have a good night, good morning, good day, good evening, whatever. Hope you're all well and safe, and peace out.